bonjour, you guys. It is the fabulous one, Zinlin Muja, with another video. Yeah, I'm trying to roll them out. And today we're gonna talk about at least 3 topics in the same video. 2, we're gonna be dealing with work related, former work related stuff, and then I'm gonna discuss why these old ass men want me to go to church with them. I noticed a pattern with them, so we're going to be discussing this in 3 different parts in the same video, so you guys can just kick back and check it out. Okay, so you guys remember my DMV video where I discussed that I had ran into a young lady I used to work with at my old job. I'm not going to say which one it is because I'm still working on making a video on that. I have made a video about a job I worked a couple of years ago. I will be publishing that real soon. I'm still doing the editing to that. So yeah, I ran into this girl who I worked with at my job before the last one, and I didn't mention how I contacted her again was because she had asked about me to my brother, and I thought that was kind of strange because I've been stopped talking to her. As a matter of fact, I had blocked her phone number. So being how I am, I decided to unblock her phone number and see what was up. And why am I not surprised at the person she is today? I mean, she can blame it on the fact that she has children. She has a child right now, but I think what really changed her was reality. It's gonna get at us all eventually, reality. And the fact that she considered herself a nice girl when, just like 2 years ago when I had it wasn't 2 years ago, it was like 3 years ago when I blocked her phone number, I actually saw through her kindness and all this shit. So let me get to the messages she sent like weeks ago. So I had joked with her because she had said that she was going to into her vehicle to go pick up people, and I joked and said taxi. She was like, nope, sorry kid. I was like, I tried, LOL. And she said, I feel a lot meaner now. I don't seem nice anymore the way I used to be. And I was like, oh really? And she said, yeah, I noticed it about myself. I was like, that sucks. And she's like, yeah, it really does. I'm more snappy and grumpy. And I told her straight up, maybe you need therapy. I probably do need therapy. I'm not nice to people at times. Not even nice to my own self. I want to know what you guys think about that. Wow. I mean, she did a complete 360 from the person that I blocked 3 years ago. So I'm kind of not surprised because she used to always talk about, just like in the messages after that, about how she was trying to make friends on the job and how she's a nice person. Young lady, let me tell you something. And we haven't spoken to each other since last month, which is good. Move on. Ain't no hard feelings or nothing, no bitterness. But I do use people like you as a case study for my videos. So let me say this. You're not a nice person. I'm being honest, and I've said that in the video on my cautionary tales on my Patreon. You guys could sign up and check that out, where I pretty much then showed you guys all her text messages from back then and how clingy she was. But yeah, she's not a nice person, and I think she realized that now because of the fact that she couldn't keep friends and she couldn't keep people talking to her. They didn't want nothing to do with her after they, she said that one person left the job and I thought this person was my friend. I'm like, lady, that person just worked there. You're not coming to work to make friends. I don't care what nobody say. I'm not going to lunch with y'all. I'm not hanging out. We're not going to talk on the phone unless it's to get the content for my future videos. That's the only time I'm going to talk to you. Other than that, I don't want to be your friend. I don't want to know anything about you. I'm not going to your baby shower. I'm not going to your gender reveal, your wedding. This is exactly what she wanted me to do like years ago. And I'm like, that's why people see, or that's why you're mean today. Supposedly, I'm like, you're not mean today. This is the person you've always been, because people saw through you, because this is not who you are. You are not a nice person. You do things for people because you want them to do something for you, which is to pour all your problems on them, and then you want people to buy stuff for you because you just happen to share something with somebody else. I'm like, no. You're being very manipulative and being disingenuous because you are not a nice person. And like I said 3 years ago, I saw through you, and that's why I blocked you when I got hurt at my job, because you were frustrated with the fact that you couldn't keep so-called friends at work, and you couldn't get people to contact you and want to hang out, but you clung on to me because you didn't want to evolve yourself and look in the mirror and realize that you are the problem. You got in your feelings, and you was like, well, at least they did try to offer you another position. I'm like, first of all, bitch, I hurt my fucking back. I am not coming to work to be your fucking buddy and somebody for you to talk to and pour all your problems on. Let me tell you something. You got a mother, a father, and siblings. And as a matter of fact, you have a husband. For what I can remember, I didn't ask because I don't care, You have all those things. You don't trust them enough to talk to them about your problem? Well, guess what? You're going to have to start talking to them about your problem, because guess what? My father is dead. My brother is dead. My cousin is dead. And I had all those people to talk to. Now I don't have nobody to talk to. So you better get used to talking to these people while they still here, because I'm not in a relationship, and I probably would never be in a relationship, and I probably would never get married. And you know what? It is what it is. Judging by all these relationships and how these dudes are unaliving these women, tossing them over damn balconies, and tossing children into the river. I don't want to deal with y'all problems, man. And kudos to the couples that are doing their thing or whatever. But hey, that's your life. That's your story. That's not mine. And I don't want to get into a relationship with somebody like these guys who like to verbally abuse. They'll love bomb you at first, and then they'll start verbally abusing you after a while when they get sick of you. And I don't think a lot of women understand that about these guys. And maybe I need to make a future video about how these guys start to turn on them, and how you need to see through some of these guys sometimes, learn to vet them, which is black women's favorite word to use. But these videos for anybody's welcome to watch my videos. But yeah, that was like the last time I talked to her. It was like May 29th. So, it is what it is. Like I said, we weren't friends. I wasn't her friend. I didn't want to be her friend. So I just, I just enjoy talking to people sometimes. It doesn't mean we're friends or anything. We're going to hang out or whatever. Nothing's going to happen. I mean, you got all this support around you, and you taking these people for granted. And if something happened to them, you're going to be boo-hooing, talking about, oh, I wish I had spent more time. You're going to be full of regrets, just like I am, because I wish I had spent more time with my dad, my brother, my cousin. They're gone, and I'll never see them again unless, if you're into spirituality like I am, I see them, in my dreams and stuff. Sometimes I even feel them and hear them, sometimes smell them. So I know this is the type of conversation where I get called crazy by black people because, they some of the non-believing people you'll ever meet, but then again, they'll believe a lying ass black man when they come to their face talking about, oh, I need help and all that shit. They don't do nothing but lie. But I digress. I'm like, you have all these people around you, and I think she does have friends, because I saw when she was doing a balloon release or something she was doing for the gender reveal or whatever. There was a lot of people there, so I'm assuming at least some of those people were probably friends of hers, if not family members. Meaning you have people to talk to. You have people in your corner. I don't have nobody in my corner. And I'm not saying this to be messy or hurt anybody's feelings, but I'm just saying I don't have nobody in my corner. Everybody is gone. I'm pushing 40 in the next few months. I don't have nobody. And to see people like this bitch and complain about their fucking problems when they surrounded by all these people, I'm sorry. The problem just might be you, okay? I'm not buying that nice guy shit. You have to excuse the noise. I don't know if you hear the noise in the background. Some apes, doing our yard work. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to discuss about this part, about the fake niceness and shit. And the thing when it comes to black women and even young black girls, they are not nice at all. And that's just the way it is. Okay, the second part of the video I want to talk about is the messiest person on the job. Can you guys guess who you think is the messiest person on the job? I bet some of y'all will say black women. Yeah, that's true. What about black men? Yeah, them too. Well, then who is it? I'm glad you could ask. It's none other than white men. Are you? Wait a minute. Are you guys shocked? You should be. I'm like, what? With my latest videos, are you really shocked that I said white men? No, I meant what I said. Yes, white men are the messiest people on the job. I learned that from me losing my first job. Although the guy that I worked with, one of the associates on the floor, he was a stalker or whatever. He was alright. I didn't have a problem with him. I went to school with him. We were never cool in school, but I mean, we never really crossed paths or whatever. But he was actually okay. He was a nice dude. But it was the white supervisor, the white male supervisor. He would come out there. It'd be early in the morning. He's all cheerful and want to crack jokes and jumping all around and trying to do wrestling moves and shit. Like, what the fuck are you doing, man? And his breath was stinking, of course, you know. The majority of the men down here, period, breath stinks, and they have stinky colons and they don't take care of themselves. So of course all that stinks. And well, with the white ones, you know, they don't brush their teeth anyway. But I digress. So yeah, and when I thought I was being able to keep this job or whatever, next thing you know, I got fired. And he was like, I don't think this is the right job for you. I'm sorry. You know, still skinning and grinning. I was like, you know, I'm telling you, it's a known pattern down here, and this is why I don't let the white guys down here talk to me. They have to talk to me. I don't talk to them like at all. I'm not looking for the relationship with any clowns down here anyway, because they're puny humans to me, peons and shit, whatever you want to call it, peasants. Even if the ones that got money, y'all still age horribly. So who cares about your fucking money? So yeah, and then on my second job, there was a white guy who was one of my managers. He gave me a hard time since day one. Even during the interview, he acted like he didn't like me for whatever reason. And I was looking at the way he was walking, the way he was built, looking at his face and stuff. He looked like he was one of those kids. I don't know if you guys grew up in the 80s or maybe in the 90s. You know that they had, certain children. They had their own classrooms nowadays, but I think they still have their own classroom nowadays. I know when I was going to the high school back in the early 2000s, they put those children in the same class with us. But I know back then, the 80s and 90s, they were in the trailer. They had their own trailer. And not all the people that was in those trailers were bad, because I'm good, associates with this one guy, black dude. He, we've been cool since high school, junior high school. And he used to be in one of those classrooms, but he's one of the most coolest guys I've ever met. So, it's just in case people, you always got something bad to say about black men. Yes, I don't like black men, but he's actually okay. But I digress. But I think that white guy was probably one of those children that was in that classroom. You can tell by the way he looked, He was definitely off. Which, but hell, shit, who ain't off down here? So, yeah, he acted like he had a fucking problem with me. He wanted to fucking fire me and shit. Like like I said, it's a fucking pattern with these assholes. They want you to be who you want them to be, and I'm like, I'm just gonna be myself. He didn't like my hair and all my shit. My hair was fucking natural, so these bitches up here talking about these white dudes like natural hair. Please, I'm seeing more nowadays. I'm seeing more black women with perm weave in their hair, and they got white guys. So it all just depends on him. But I know for a fact that he didn't like my fucking hair and shit like that. And then there was a white supervisor there. He tried to be the voice of reason, pretending like, just like with the first guy in my last job, trying to be the voice of reason, trying to calm me down, all this shit. But when I quit, and he was like, well, maybe they were just having a bad day and all that, because I got bullied and shit like that. And I have very, very low tolerance for bullying. I'm not going to sit there and fucking take your shit when I can just hey, fuck y'all. I wasn't getting paid like, any other fucking job. So I'm like, fuck it, I can go somewhere and take my skills somewhere else. And then, and of course, also on that second job, there was this dude who claimed he was French and Native American Cherokee. They love their fucking Cherokee, yet they can't spell Cherokee. The only Cherokee they know is a damn truck, a Jeep, that is. In Italian. The Italians down here are trash, and I typically love Italians, just not the ones down here. But I think he was planted to get, cool with me at the job and shit like that. But he turned out to be a fake motherfucker too. And the dude actually was sending me messages and, sexual shit, and wanted to see a picture of my feet. And I sent him I showed him a random picture that I had on my fucking blog of my feet. I'm like, what the fuck you want to see my feet for? So I called his bluff and shit, and then he was like, oh, no, I would never cheat on my girl. I was like, would you like for me to show her your all these messages, including that picture of you with no head in the picture and showing me your flabby ass fucking body? I'm like, no, sir. Whoever sent you, I'm sending you right on back, because I am not interested. I don't know what the fuck you trying to do, but you gonna get the fuck out of my face. And this dude was straight out of a damn psych ward. I'm like, how the hell was he able to get a job at McDonald's and shit like that? But places like that, and most of the jobs down here, if you got a criminal record, if you got the psych ward and all the other shit, you're able to get a fucking job down here. It don't matter what it is. That's why you see a lot of workplace violence and shit, because of who they hiring at these places. A lot of unstable, undiagnosed mental illnesses and all that shit. That dude was fucking crazy, because when he got on the phone with me one night, I was bored and shit, and he was telling me that he used to be in the psych ward. He tried to burn down the high school, and he knows that this black boy was trying to run away from the psych ward, and it was a lot of crazy shit he said. I was glad he went the fuck away. He was a fucking weirdo. Beware of these plants at the jobs too. These white boys, because like I said, they fucking messy as hell. Just like at my last job, old ass fucking white dude wanted to get all in my fucking business. Talking about, do you want to open up? Do you want to talk? I only said, I only gave him like small teaspoons of shit about me. I didn't tell him shit. Meanwhile, I know all about his life. He was divorced. He was married to a woman that had kids and all that shit. He had like side gig jobs and all that shit. He, of course, he had poor hygiene. He was digging and scratching in his butt crack, dirty shoes, and he just looked like a mangy ass, typical ass white dude down here. They look like trash. I don't even remember the last time I actually seen a good looking guy down here. They just don't fucking exist. Like, but yeah, just watch out for these white dudes on the job, because a lot of people, especially if you are an ethnic person, they'll plant those people to you, but to gain your trust, because for some reason a lot of black people tend to trust white men and distrust white women, even though they're just as treacherous as white men. I just letting you know, you need to watch out for them. Don't tell them no personal information, even if you have to lie, because with them, they'll put all their business out in Front Street, just like with white women. They'll tell you all kind of shit. All you gotta do is just say, whatever, and document it too, in case you're a vlogger, you want to make some good content off their stupidity. Then by all means, go for it. So last but not least, I wanted to talk about what I mentioned in my last video called Freddy's Dead. Beware Black Elders. I wanted to say that I noticed a pattern with these PDF file and weird ass men who want to try and come on to me and shit and harass me. And I noticed they identify as Christians or Baptist Christians, if you want to call them that, because I think I've mentioned that when I was at my uncle's party years ago, that's when everybody was alive. My brother, my dad, they were all at the party. And next thing you know, I decided to walk behind my mom, and then some guy speaks to me, because usually when black men speak to me, I don't, it was dark, so I couldn't tell who it was. I normally don't speak. I don't say nothing to them And to the point, like, sometimes when I ignore them, they'll tap on my damn chair like one guy did. He look at it and yell at his ass to don't fucking do that again. See, this is one of the reasons why I want to care. Because the only thing they understand, along with black women, and even the whites down here, is fucking violence. But I digress. So, I walk past this dude and he grabs on my arm and pulls, almost like, hey, bitch, don't fucking ignore me. I put my hand up in his fucking face and walked off. Don't you ever fucking touch me. And then when I fucking approached him about it, he tried to extend his hand out for a handshake, and I shoved it away. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? I wanted to tell you that I am sorry. I'm actually Mexican and Indian. I'm not black. I don't care. Mexican and Indian, you are black. What the fuck? Did you know Mexican is not fucking ethnicity? Is, you know, it's a mixture of different races. Like, what the fuck? You are black. And Indian, shit, as black as them motherfuckers is, you are fucking black. And I don't care what race you are, do not fucking touch me. Like, keep your hands to your fucking self unless you want your fucking brains bashed in or blown out. Like, cut that shit out. I don't like these old dirty, dusty ass men who congregate amongst black people because they're trash to me. I don't like you. I don't want you around me. Go hang out with your own people. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's weird. Just, you know, other communities reject. They want to be around black people and shit. I don't like people like that, because after that happened, after I had checked them, then I found out from my stepsister that he said that he wanted to take me to church. He wanted to put me in a house, and he just wanted to get his hands on me. I was like, dude, you don't even fucking know me. Like, what the hell? No. I can do that shit my damn self. And I don't go to church. Not because I have something against God. I just bought my own Bible, and I got another Bible coming. I have nothing against God. I can practice my religion, whatever it may be, in the comfort of my own home. I don't need to go around y'all, you judgmental pieces of shit, and have y'all talk about the way I look, talk about my hair, talk about my weight, because you can't call me ugly anymore because I'm not ugly. No. You can shove that up your ass, just like with the guy here. He helped with the house. He actually preached at this church, because I guess apparently that was his church. But the way he was just aggressive about it, how he opened up the mosquito net at my door just to talk to me. I'm like, sir, you don't have to open it up to talk to me. I can see and hear you through the net. Like I said, it's always some ulterior motive with those men. And I'm like, look, you better get the hell on. Because if you think for 1 second I'm going to be caught dead with an old man, it's not happening. That's why I was telling Creole Bella. I don't like old men. Older, yes. Like somebody that's 50. Because I'm 40. That's fine. But any older than 60, 70, no. Absolutely not. My dad would have been in his 80s. No, sir. I'm not giving no man that old. I don't give a fuck about my situation with my finances and all this shit, my house and all. I'd rather be where I'm at than deal with y'all. I'm not dealing with y'all. Go ahead. Y'all some crazy ass motherfuckers anyway. I think, like I said in that video, people underestimate these old ass fucking men. They will take you up out of here, because a lot of them ain't as weak as you think they are. And they really not. So no, I'm not going to church, and I'm not going to be seen talking to you or hanging out or none of that shit. I don't care what you think about how I live my life. And the thing is, you don't know a goddamn thing about me to want to say any of the shit y'all be saying and mention it. Like one guy I mentioned, I don't even think I mentioned this, but bringing up my fucking virginity. Okay, even if I was a virgin, I'm not giving it up to you. You gonna put no fucking worms in my fucking pussy? I don't think so. Get the fuck on out of here. I know the women in my family, they love old men. I don't. I like grown men, healthy men, in shape, good looking men who got money. I don't want you. Because the average fucking 60-year-old fucking man don't look like Donnie Yen, okay? That's how he was able to pull a woman that's 18 years younger than him, because he always kept himself up. He was always a good looking man, and he looked young when he was 40 years old when he met this girl. And you look at 40-year-old Donnie Yen, shit, you can't fucking blame him. Shit. Hell, I'm dropping everything to go hop on that dick. Shit. I don't mean to be vulgar, but his shit. Donnie, hell, look at him now. Donnie Yen is still fine as fuck. Oh, you see, I don't mean to raise my voice, but that man is so sexy. You gotta see his latest fucking movie. Oh my God, Donnie, if things don't work out, come holler at me, baby. I don't mind. I don't mind a guy your age. At least you don't look like these other crap keeper looking motherfuckers. Old worm dick having ass bitches. No, thank you. But hey, Donnie, call me baby. Anyway, I'm going to end this video right here. I hope you guys enjoyed it and take what advice I give you in this and use it for yourself. Pass the word, share the video, leave a comment, like it, make sure you subscribe. And if you really want, more content like this, just go join my Patreon. Hit the Cash App if you got topics that you want me to talk about in the future. And yes, who is hot? Time to shut down and open my doors. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Au revoir.